Ever noticed younger women smile at older men? It's not what you think. And if you're an older man, you're probably missing the deeper reason why. Let's break it down, because this isn't about flattery. It's about something far more profound. Here's the truth. That smile isn't just random. It's a reflection of something deeper, something most men don't even realize they're projecting. Today we're diving into why this happens, what it means, and how you can use this understanding to not just improve your relationships, but your entire outlook on life. This isn't about age or attraction. It's about wisdom, presence, and the quiet power you might not even know you have. 1. The smile isn't about you. Let's get this out of the way first. That smile? It's not about your looks, your money, or your status. It's about what you represent. Younger women, and people in general, are drawn to something deeper. They're drawn to confidence, stability, and a sense of calm. These are qualities that come with experience, but only if you've done the work to earn them. Here's the thing. When someone smiles at you, it's easy to assume it's about something superficial. Maybe you think it's because you're wearing a nice suit, or you've got a fancy car, or you've achieved some level of success. But that's not it. That smile is a response to something intangible, something you can't buy or fake. It's about the energy you carry, the way you hold yourself, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are. Think about it this way. When you're young, life feels like a whirlwind. You're trying to figure out who you are, what you want, and where you fit in the world. It's chaotic. And when you see someone who's calm, grounded, and sure of themselves, it's like a lighthouse in a storm. That's what younger women are responding to. It's not about you, it's about what you represent. But here's the catch. You can't just show up and expect that kind of response. You have to earn it. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It comes from facing challenges, learning from your mistakes, and growing into the person you're meant to be. Stability isn't about having a perfect life. It's about knowing how to navigate the ups and downs without losing your sense of self. And calmness? That's the result of doing the inner work, of understanding your emotions and learning how to manage them. So when you see that smile, don't take it as a compliment to your ego. Take it as a reflection of the work you've done. It's a sign that you're on the right path, that you've developed qualities that are rare and valuable. But don't stop there. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep becoming the kind of person who inspires that kind of response, not just from others, but from yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who's smiling at you. It's about the person you see when you look in the mirror. Are you someone you respect? Are you someone you'd want to follow? If the answer is yes, then you're already ahead of the game. And if not, well, that's where the real work begins. 2. The power of presence. Think about it. When you walk into a room, what energy are you bringing? Are you nervous, distracted, or trying too hard? Or are you grounded, focused, and fully present? That's what people notice. That's what makes someone smile. Presence isn't something you can fake. It's something you cultivate over time. Let's break this down. Presence is more than just being physically in a room. It's about being mentally and emotionally there too. It's about showing up with your full attention, your full energy, and your full self. And here's the thing, people can sense it. They can tell when you're really there and when you're just going through the motions. Think about the last time you were in a conversation with someone who wasn't really listening. Maybe they were looking at their phone, or their mind was somewhere else. How did that make you feel? Probably not great, right? Now, think about the last time someone gave you their full attention. They looked you in the eye, they listened to what you had to say, and they made you feel like you were the only person in the room. That's the power of presence. But here's the hard part. Presence isn't easy. It requires effort. It means putting aside your distractions, your worries, and your ego, and focusing on the moment. It means being vulnerable, because when you're fully present, you're also fully exposed. There's no hiding behind a mask or a persona. It's just you, as you are. And that's why it's so powerful. When you're fully present, you're not just showing up for the other person. You're showing up for yourself. You're saying, this moment matters. This person matters. and I matter enough to be here, fully and completely. So, how do you cultivate presence? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to where your mind is going. Are you thinking about the past or worrying about the future? Bring yourself back to the present. Focus on your breath, on the sounds around you, on the person in front of you, and then practice. Practice being fully present in small moments, when you're having a conversation, when you're eating a meal, when you're walking down the street. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. And here's the payoff. When you're fully present, you become magnetic. People are drawn to you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you're giving them something rare and valuable, your full attention. And in a world full of distractions, that's a gift. So the next time you walk into a room, ask yourself, what energy am I bringing? Am I fully here, or am I just going through the motions? Because the difference between the two is the difference between being seen and being remembered. And that's the power of presence. 3. Why younger women are drawn to stability. Life is chaotic, especially when you're young. Younger women are often navigating uncertainty in their careers, relationships, and sense of self. When they see an older man who's calm, collected, and sure of himself, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's not about age, it's about the stability you represent. Let's unpack this. Stability isn't just about having a steady job or a predictable routine. It's about emotional stability, the ability to handle life's ups and downs without falling apart. It's about being someone who can weather the storm and come out stronger on the other side. And for younger women who are often in the middle of figuring out who they are and what they want, that kind of stability is incredibly attractive. Think about it. When you're young, everything feels uncertain. You're trying to build a career, navigate relationships, and figure out your place in the world. It's overwhelming. And when you see someone who's calm, grounded, and sure of themselves, it's like a lifeline. It's a reminder that things can be okay, that life doesn't have to be a constant struggle. But here's the thing. Stability isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. It comes from facing challenges, learning from your mistakes, and growing into the person you're meant to be. It's about doing the hard work of self-reflection, of understanding your emotions, and learning how to manage them. And when you've done that work, it shows. People can sense it. They can tell when you're someone who's been through the fire and come out stronger on the other side. So if you're an older man and you're wondering why younger women seem drawn to you, it's not about your age or your looks. It's about the stability you represent. It's about the fact that you've been through the chaos and come out the other side. And that's something that's incredibly valuable, especially to someone who's still in the middle of figuring things out. But don't take it for granted. Stability isn't a fixed state. It's something you have to work on every day. It's about staying grounded, staying focused, and staying true to yourself, even when life gets tough. And if you can do that, you'll not only attract the right people, but you'll also become the kind of person who can handle whatever life throws your way. 4. The danger of misreading the signs. Here's where things can go wrong. If you misinterpret that smile as something it's not, you risk losing the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. Confidence turns into arrogance. Calmness turns into desperation. And suddenly, you're no longer the person they were drawn to. Let's be honest, it's easy to misread the signs. When someone smiles at you, it's natural to wonder what it means. But here's the problem. When you start overthinking it, you risk losing the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. Confidence turns into arrogance. Calmness turns into desperation. And suddenly, you're no longer the person they were drawn to. Think about it this way. When you're confident, you're not trying to prove anything. You're just being yourself. But when you start overanalyzing that smile, you start second-guessing yourself. You start wondering if you're good enough, if you're attractive enough, if you're worthy of that attention. And that's when things go wrong, because here's the thing. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And when you start overthinking that smile, you're no longer comfortable in your own skin. You're no longer confident. You're no longer calm. And that's when you lose the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. So, what's the solution? It's simple. Don't overthink it. When someone smiles at you, take it at face value. Don't read too much into it. Don't try to figure out what it means. Just appreciate it for what it is. A moment of connection, a moment of positivity, and then let it go. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what that smile means. It's about who you are. And if you're confident, calm, and grounded, that's what people will respond to. So, don't let overthinking ruin that. Stay true to yourself, and the rest will take care of itself. 5. How to cultivate real confidence. Real confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, regardless of what anyone else thinks. That's the kind of confidence that makes people smile, not because they want something from you, but because they feel safe around you. Let's break this down. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room or the one with the most impressive resume. It's about being secure in who you are. It's about knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and being okay with both. It's about being able to stand tall, even when the world tries to knock you down. But here's the thing. Real confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It comes from facing challenges, learning from your mistakes, and growing into the person you're meant to be. It's about doing the hard work of self-reflection, of understanding your emotions, and learning how to manage them. Think about it this way. When you're confident, you're not trying to prove anything. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just being yourself. And that's what people respond to. They can sense when you're comfortable in your own skin, and that's what makes them feel safe around you. So, how do you cultivate real confidence? It starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Notice when you're feeling insecure and ask yourself why. What's triggering that insecurity? And then work on it. Next, focus on your strengths. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What makes you feel alive? When you focus on your strengths, you build a sense of competence and capability, and that's the foundation of real confidence. Finally, practice self-compassion. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being okay with your imperfections. It's about knowing that you're enough, just as you are. And when you can do that, you'll find that confidence comes naturally. So, the next time you're feeling unsure of yourself, remember this. Real confidence isn't about what anyone else thinks. It's about knowing who you are and being okay with that. And when you can do that, you'll find that people are drawn to you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you're being yourself. And that's the kind of confidence that makes people smile. 6. The role of wisdom in attraction. Wisdom is magnetic. It's not about having all the answers. It's about knowing how to navigate life's challenges with grace. When you've lived through enough to understand what truly matters, people can sense it. And that's incredibly attractive. Let's break this down. Wisdom isn't about being the smartest person in the room or having all the answers. It's about having the ability to see the bigger picture, to understand what's important and what's not. It's about knowing how to handle difficult situations with calmness and clarity. And when you've developed that kind of wisdom, people notice. Think about it. When you're young, everything feels urgent. Every problem feels like the end of the world. But as you get older, you start to realize that not everything is a crisis. You learn how to prioritize, how to focus on what really matters, and how to let go of the things that don't. And that kind of perspective is incredibly attractive. But here's the thing. Wisdom isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. It comes from experience, from making mistakes, and from learning from those mistakes. It's about taking the time to reflect on your life, to understand what's worked and what hasn't, and to use that knowledge to make better decisions in the future. And when you've done that work, it shows. People can sense when you're someone who's been through the fire and come out stronger on the other side. They can tell when you're someone who knows how to handle life's challenges with grace and resilience. And that's what makes you attractive. So, if you want to cultivate wisdom, start by paying attention to your experiences. Reflect on your successes and your failures. Ask yourself what you've learned from each one. And then, use that knowledge to guide your decisions in the future. Because at the end of the day, wisdom isn't about having all the answers. It's about knowing how to navigate life's challenges with grace. And when you can do that, you'll find that people are drawn to you, not because of what you have, but because of who you are. 7. Why this matters beyond relationships. This isn't just about younger women or older men. It's about how you show up in the world. Whether it's in your career, your friendships, or your family, the same principles apply. When you're grounded, confident, and wise, people are drawn to you, not because of what you have, but because of who you are. Let's think about this for a moment. The qualities that make you attractive in relationships, confidence, stability, wisdom, are the same qualities that make you successful in other areas of your life. Whether you're at work, with friends, or at home, people are drawn to those who are grounded, confident, and wise. Think about it this way. When you're at work, do you want to follow someone who's constantly stressed out and unsure of themselves? Or do you want to follow someone who's calm, confident, and sure of their decisions? The answer is obvious. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and stability because those are the qualities that inspire trust and respect. The same goes for friendships. When you're with friends, do you want to be around someone who's constantly seeking validation or someone who's comfortable in their own skin? Again, the answer is clear. People are drawn to those who are confident and grounded because those are the qualities that make them feel safe and supported. And in your family, it's no different. When you're with your family, do you want to be the person who's constantly stressed out and overwhelmed, or the person who's calm, collected, and in control? The choice is obvious. People are drawn to those who can handle life's challenges with grace and resilience because those are the qualities that make them feel secure. So, the next time you're wondering why people are drawn to you, remember this. It's not about what you have, it's about who you are. And when you're grounded, confident, and wise, people will be drawn to you, not just in relationships, but in every area of your life. 8. The lesson you can't afford to miss. Here's the takeaway. That smile is a mirror. It's reflecting back the qualities you've worked hard to develop, but it's also a reminder. Stay true to yourself. Don't let ego or insecurity cloud what makes you truly valuable. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who's smiling at you. It's about the person you see when you look in the mirror. Let's unpack this. When someone smiles at you, it's easy to take it as a compliment to your ego. But here's the truth. That smile isn't about you. It's about the qualities you've worked hard to develop. Confidence, stability, wisdom. It's a reflection of the person you've become, not the person you're trying to be. But here's the danger. If you let that smile go to your head, you risk losing the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. Confidence turns into arrogance. Calmness turns into desperation. And suddenly, you're no longer the person they were drawn to. So what's the lesson here? It's simple. Stay true to yourself. Don't let ego or insecurity cloud what makes you truly valuable. Because at the end of the day, it's not about who's smiling at you. It's about the person you see when you look in the mirror. Think about it this way. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Do you see someone you respect, someone you admire, someone you'd want to follow? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. But if the answer is no, then it's time to do the work. Because here's the truth. The qualities that make you attractive to others are the same qualities that make you attractive to yourself. And when you can look in the mirror and see someone you respect, someone you admire, someone you'd want to follow, then you'll know you're on the right path. So the next time someone smiles at you, take it as a reminder, stay true to yourself, don't let ego or insecurity cloud what makes you truly valuable, because at the end of the day, it's not about who's smiling at you, it's about the person you see when you look in the mirror, and that's the lesson you can't afford to miss. So the next time a younger woman smiles at you, don't overthink it. Instead, take it as a sign that you're on the right track. Keep building that confidence, that presence, and that wisdom, because the world needs more people who embody those qualities, not just for others, but for themselves.